Paton is Miss Eco International 2022, an influencer and empowered woman. Her willingness to give back, eagerness to do good, and ability to persevere are just some of the many factors that make her the inspiring person that she is today.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of In Love with Me, where we feature inspiring individuals who will share their amazing stories. I am your host, Mafe Yunam Velasco, and for this series, our topic is owning your own craft. So, this season, we aim to highlight game changers who continuously own their own craft and share their gifts with the world in hopes, of course, to make it a better place. So joining us today, oh my gosh, I'm so excited because we have a newly crowned Miss Echo International 2022, none other than Kathleen Paton, a fellow Aussie. Hello, hello, welcome.
Hi, Miss Mafe. Thank you so much for having me.
OMG, I'm just so excited to have you, just watching your journey and now an international queen. I mean, how do you feel?
Wow. I feel absolutely speechless every time I hear that because, my journey wasn't easy.
Yeah.
I went from Superbuds being disqualified there, having the feeling of, that overwhelming sadness, and then coming onto Miss World Philippines, and of course, going against all the wonderful women in the Philippines, and then getting the Miss Eco, and then competing there, and it's even harder. So it's amazing. I feel so good, and I'm so happy to just have this opportunity.
And to top it off during this challenging time, during the pandemic, you were able to
Exactly.
home the bacon. That's what it is. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
speaking about that, I know you shared a little bit of your journey, okay? But for the ones who are meeting you for the first time, can you share who you are and what you do and perhaps why you have such an amazing accent?
My accent's quite interesting because it's a mixture of just everything. I was born and raised in Boracay, Philippines, also in the
Wow.
mainland of Aklan. And at 9 years old, I moved to Australia, where I spent 11 years of my life there studying, building who I am. And then finally, I said, enough is enough. I need to go back to the Philippines and experience who I truly am because I've always felt so lost being in Australia. And I love
Yeah.
Australia, however,
Mhm.
but being in the Philippines is just so different to me. And I think I've developed a little bit more of an American accent, but at the same time, my Australian culture is still within me. So it's a bit of both. Sometimes I try to talk Tagalog and it just doesn't come out right.
Don't worry, I know what you're talking about. It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna start coming out because we're talking to each other. Normally,
Yeah.
it comes out when you're talking to a fellow Aussie, right? So, speaking of that, I mean, I was able to witness you and, of course, the Miss World, and you have definitely bloomed, and we know you're definitely in love. But
Oh,
what do you think is your most memorable moments? Up until now, of course, apart from winning an international pageant.
oh my goodness. Most memorable for me. There's just so many. You can't really choose, can you? But I think the fact that I went to Egypt, being able to experience a dream of mine, being able to see the, Pyramid of Giza, the Sphinx, all the
Yeah.
wonderful people of Egypt, that for me, that's the most memorable. And being crowned itself, and I don't want to boast, of course, but
Yeah,
being
it's
crowned
okay.
is the most amazing thing I've ever experienced. It was just a mixture of overwhelming emotions, happiness, that relief feeling that, I put all my efforts and I studied so hard to be on that position and finally paid off. So then that moment is the most
Mhm.
memorable. A
And
little sad that I wasn't able to experience with family and friends and loved ones,
right.
but they're all here happy and watching and
And they were safe. So at least they were able to
exactly.
witness your
Mm-hmm.
milestone of your life, right? But of course, not everybody knows what goes on behind the scenes, and maybe you can share a little bit of some challenges that you overcame, when it comes to the pageant journey?
Wow. Where to begin, honestly?
Yeah.
There's a lot of hardships when it comes to pageantry, and I think that's what I'm trying to change in society, that kind of perception that we're always perfect, which is not true at all. So being a beauty queen, we put a lot of hard work and effort into maintaining this image, this reputation, being educated on different current affairs that's happening around the Philippines and the world, just so that, when we have questions thrown at us, we are able to communicate firmly, neutrally, so we don't offend anybody. So it's really a hard situation to be in, but we do it because we're passionate about everything that we stand for. For me, it's, mental health awareness, education, of course, and now the environment. I'm very fond and super proud to be able to communicate a lot about the environment, and there's people actually listening to me. And that's such a fulfilling situation to be part of. So, my job is to be a role model, to be able to allow people to speak freely about a whole bunch of advocacies that they are passionate about.
And you definitely show that authenticity, and so proud of what you've achieved, and continue to be the voice for others. And speaking of that, before I get to share more of your story, we'll give a shout out to everybody on Kumu. Hello, guys. And with that, we want to thank Kumu for the blessing. So let's watch this real quick.
The social media world is a fast-paced international stage. But what if we told you there is one platform out there that puts Filipino voices first? That's right. Welcome to the community, the heart of the #1 Pinoy live streaming app, Kumu. With our users and members from across the globe, you can be assured that the community is a diverse, exciting collective championing Filipino culture, and we are thriving. What makes the community unique from all other social media communities? It's how we leverage innovative technologies to suit every Filipino's creative style, putting their voices first. Get in on the action with live streaming with our community. Learn from the best content creators where you watch the community stage, which hosts a variety of shows every single week. Too shy for the camera? No worries. We've got audio streaming for that. Don't want to do it alone? Easy. Have your barkada go live with you. Or maybe quick short videos are more your thing. We've got Kumu Clips for that. Looking for your online tribe? We've got a lot of teams here in the community. Within the community, you can be guaranteed that we keep things positive, authentic, and fun. With Kumu moderators all over the app, we keep our commitment to make this platform a safe space for all. It's why we've been dubbed the Disneyland of social media. We make Kumu the funnest, best place to be for all. Sama all talaga. Be part of the community. Tara na sa Kumu, where authentic connections happen.
And welcome back, guys. We are here with Miss Eco International 2022. Let's get to know Kathleen even more, guys. So, Kathleen, what surprises you the most about being a model, a beauty queen, and an inspiration to the youth?
I think it's the fact that I'm able to communicate with people, and also people having seen me as an inspiration. It always baffles me that there are young women, 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds, up to even older generations, not just women, but men also. And, I see messages and when they tell me things such as, "Hi, Ate, I really see you as my inspiration. Thank you so much for, talking to people about mental health," or "Thank you for inspiring me to talk about, my skin or my mental health to my peers or parents," something like that. That's the most amazing thing that comes into my mind straight away when you ask me that question, because never in my wildest dream did I ever think that I would be able to inspire people or motivate people. And yeah, it's such an overwhelming position to be in. And now that I'm as being a Miss Eco International, it's even more overwhelming because I reach a whole bunch more of people, not just in the Philippines, but really all around the world,
And speaking of that, I'm pretty sure everybody is wondering or curious, what is the upcoming projects that you have for Miss Eco International 2022? Or as Miss Eco International?
Thank you for that question, because there's actually quite a few lined up already. World Earth Day is April 22, and
Mhm.
I was supposed to be going on a little hike for an eco tour around, Mount somewhere up north. Can't remember the name at the moment, but that's supposed to be happening and be posting on social media. Unfortunately, it was postponed due to some logistics. However,
Right.
I still have some plans going on with Mind You mental health systems. I'll be talking about how our environment correlates specifically to our mental health and why we need to take care of our environment for that. And coming in June, I'll be going to Vietnam to judge a pageant, Miss Eco Vietnam. And then I'll be going to Egypt to celebrate World Environment Day with my organization there, see the different sites again. And yeah, just a variety of activities such as, and I have a bunch more planned, specifically with the water pollution advocacy that I have. So I'll be giving out water filtration systems in Cebu, I hope, in Leyte also. So that's my main project that's happening with me.
Amazing. And guys, you can definitely find out more if please do support and follow Kathleen_Paton. I'm sure
Yeah.
all social media, Kathleen is sharing what is going to happen with all the projects. Everybody knows during this time, sometimes we have concrete dates, but then, unfortunately, life happens or just natural challenges happen. So just follow and support her. And how else can we play a role in making sure that our environment is the best it can be, Kathleen?
There's quite a few things we can do, but it all really starts with ourselves. So we have to make sure that, we're taking little changes within our environment, specifically our home, to minimize our carbon footprint. So, using less plastic waste, especially the single-use plastics. So stop using straws, stop using plastic bags when you're going shopping, bring your own bags when we're going to supermarkets, for example. That's one of the ways that we can minimize our carbon footprint, but also having that, mindful awareness and being eco-conscious that we are creating little negativities in our world. That's really an important thing to be mindful of. Just having that awareness, because once we have that awareness, everything in our environment kind of just changes little by little. So please, if you can, spread the voice, spread the awareness to your friends and family, schools, so we can all create an impact, positive impact.
Yes, guys, it is a domino effect when you spread positive energy, and that's something that we all need right now. And it's free,
That's
right?
right.
So speaking of that, Kathleen, I mean, so many women, or like you said earlier, even young men are wanting to follow your footsteps or wanting to
Yes.
dive into the pageantry world. What would be your biggest advice for them to prepare for that big decision that they want to experience?
Oh wow. I guess honestly to just go for it. I think a lot of us have a lot of doubts within ourselves, and it's actually one of the things I experienced today at the gym. Having that doubt to be able to do the handstand. But once you just go for it and do the handstand, you don't realize the ability and capabilities that you have. So that's a little story that I can say in regards to that. But please just go out there and do you. And when you have doubts, throw it back or push it to the side, because you have no idea what you're capable of. And that's one of the things that I wish I realized when I was younger, because, I could have done so much more with my life if I had just gotten rid of that doubt or the low self-esteem, for example. So that's my biggest advice. Just go for it. It's a lot of fun. You make a lot of friends, and lifelong friends also. You get to learn all about who you are. You get to learn your strengths, your weaknesses, and you get to play a role in society. You get to make change with your advocacies.
Exactly. And this is coming from a woman that was disqualified in a competition already. And look at her now, an international queen. So, guys, don't just stop just because somebody says, no, you cannot do it. Take that no and use it as energy to
That's right.
show them how strong you are, right? And speaking of that, I know I've asked you your advice, but of course, our theme is owning your own craft. And as
Mhm.
for you, how important is it for someone to own their own craft, Kathleen?
Oh gosh, owning who you are is a vessel for change, for just doing you. Um,
Yeah.
and when you realize how important you are in society, and this is why I'm an advocate for mental health, is because, there was a moment in time where I didn't know that I should be here in this world. And now that I realize my capabilities, my strength, my weaknesses, and I can forge into the career that I have now, owning who you are is such an amazing opportunity to create positive changes in society. You can influence other people to do good, to do great changes, and you have no idea that kind of effect and domino effect that you have with your friends, your
Yeah.
family, and strangers. So owning your own craft, if you can, please do so. Be proud of who you are and have that mental capacity and strength to know that you have an amazing craft within you. You just need to realize it and just bring it out. We all have the confidence within ourselves to bring out the good.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Please give her another crown. Deserving queen right here. And yes, Nico, hashtag Save Lives Online. That's the reason why we have In Love With Me series, because we want to hear the stories. We want to hear the honest, uh, most vulnerable stories that successful people have. And thank you, Kathleen, for sharing that.
Thank you.
Because, having a voice and being true to you is something that others may need or might need
Mm-hmm.
at this moment. So if you are, needing that, I hope that you guys are gifting this queen on Kumu, because soon enough she will have her own shows there too. I'm claiming it and manifesting it so that at least we can touch base, right? So
Yes.
thank you for your time. I know that you are a busy woman, but before we wrap up, I love to do this fun activity to get to know
Mhm.
you more. I was inspired by the book Strengths Finder, and I made it a
Cool.
little bit, I guess, more fun, so that we can get to know our guests even more. So it's just fast
How
talk,
exciting.
rapid fire questions, and the first thing that comes up in your mind, just share with us the answer. All
Okay.
right,
I'm kind of nervous, but I'm excited.
just sit back. All right. First question. We're getting to know Kathleen even more. What is your dream job when you were a little girl?
I actually wanted to be a bus driver, a chef, a patisserie chef. And being a bus driver, I just loved how they do this with the big wheels. And I'm like, I want to do that.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So next, what is your hidden talent?
Oh my goodness. I can roll my stomach, like, but that a lot of people can do that. So it's not really a hidden talent. It's too embarrassing to do now.
I guess we'll see that later on. not right now. All right.
Not right.
Describe yourself in 3 words.
Quirky, spontaneous, and creative.
I can agree with you. I seen you being very quirky. All right.
Thank
What
you.
is your ideal day? What's your ideal day?
Ideal day. Being at the beach, having a juice and nice dinner with my partner.
Yes. And what is your favorite
Sunset.
dish while you are
My
having
favorite
dinner?
dish, pizza. Fun fact, I used to work at Pizza Hut for 4.5 years and I still love pizza.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Pizza
No.
Hut has been one of my memorable meals during my stint also in Binibini. So
Really?
even yes, oh my gosh. Okay. So if you would be an animal, what would you be
Mhm.
and why?
A fox? Just because like they're cute on the outside, but they can be feisty on the inside. And I definitely think that's me. I'm a kind person, but if you get on my wrong side, I can be very upfront and just ask like, "What's wrong? Why?"
Wow. Well, I'm glad you're on my side.
I
So,
won't bring that up.
okay. And last, if you are not Miss Eco International 2022, what would you be?
I think I would be a spokesperson for mental health. It's my dream to be able to influence other people to be out there, to be free with their own mind and be able to have open conversations. So even if I wasn't a beauty queen, I really do believe that I will have a job as a spokeswoman and influencing others to be good.
Amazing. And speaking of that, the reason
That's
why we
also my dream.
also why we connect, I believe, is because we do have the same passion, which is
That's
to advocate
right.
mental health and be aware of how amazing people are. So let's take a look at this as I share with you guys one of our workshops that I love the most.
Hey Protons, positively charged beings. This is your life coach, Kimmy Lou. I'm a global life and leadership coach, certified in neuro-linguistic hypnotherapy and NIA, and I'm also a Reiki master practitioner and certified sister stories facilitator. I'm also the author of Master Dating, Intentional Guidebook to Celebrate Life, which features activities that can help you nurture more self-love. I believe that life is a party, and we should always celebrate it. This has been the inspiration behind all the programs and experiences I've co-created since 2010. And it has been truly fulfilling for me to guide like-hearted beings in their journey to becoming the best version of themselves. In 2020, I co-created the Wellbeing Boost program to help warriors regain a calmer perspective through the power of intention, gratitude, compassion, and courage. As more and more people seek support through challenging times, there was also a need for more heart workers to do this work with me. And I've found the best Well-Being Boost program facilitators to guide our growing community of well-being warriors. Whatever phase you're in your life right now, I want you to know that you have the power to change. You can create a different reality. You can have a more joyful, abundant, and positive life. You can celebrate now. Will you say yes to an abundant and authentic life? Get started now by going to kimmylulifecoach.com or send us a message at team@kimmylulifecoach.com.
And I love celebrating life with Kathleen Paton, our Miss Eco International 2022. Maybe Kathleen, you have any shout outs or anyone you want to greet or invite? Kathleen, we cannot hear you.
I'm so sorry. I didn't realize I muted myself. No, but I
Yes.
said that my Cath Rangers and Kathleen Addicts fan club are here watching on Facebook, I believe. Some of them actually downloaded the Kumu app just to watch this. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I love you. And I also invited my family, so I hope they're watching. So my mom, my dad, and my 3 sisters, hello. Also to Australia. Hi, Australia. I miss you. Thank you so much for all the support that you guys give me, even though you're so far away. And of course, to my fans, thank you so much for loving me and supporting me. I hope that you can see me as an inspiration to do good and make positive changes in society. So thank you so much, Ms. Nafe, also for having me. I know this has been a long-awaited interview or guesting, so thank you so much for the opportunity.
Of course, and this is just the beginning, guys. We'll have Kathleen again for future collaboration. So let's talk offline in regards to that, because there are so many lives that we need to touch and inspire. And with that being said, I do want to thank all the amazing people: Busa, MMC, the Parenting Emporium, Novo, XOX, SAS, the Wellbeing Boost program, and of course, Kumu for being the amazing support that keeps us inspired to share more authentic stories. So we've reached the end of the show, and I appreciate you, Kathleen, for all the things you have shared today. And I hope that we can support you in everything that you do. And maraming salamat po to all the viewers on Kumu. I hope you are deeply inspired by Kathleen's journey. It's, again, only the beginning. She has more to share with you all. And don't forget to follow our social media accounts and turn on the notification bell for the next episode of In Love With Me series. So once again, I am Mafe Yuna Velasco, reminding you that you should love and be proud of your own story to tell. And don't forget, actions speak louder than words. And thank you again for tuning in for this episode of In Love with Me. Thank you, Kathleen.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Miss Mathay. Thank you so much, everyone.